welcome to the live, welcome to the live. Good to see you all. Welcome to the live, welcome to my YouTube channel. Yet another video. You know, we keep showing up. Today's on Tuesday, yet another day to show up on here, guys. Welcome to the live. My name is Wamboy. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We are literally progressing to the right direction, and I really like that. Thank you guys, for being my support system. Thank you for supporting me from day one, even without knowing me, because literally that means so much, and it helps me keep showing up. Okay, oh my god, let me get some of you in here. Maybe somebody might wonder, like, how was my day? My day was good. Yeah, I did run errands like everybody does. Yes. I'm feeling so excited, and I'm feeling so motivated to keep going on everything that I'm doing right now, the YouTube stuff, the personal life, and all of those things, because we have to keep going, you know? We have to keep going. Guys, welcome to the live. When you join in, like the live, subscribe. Let me know where you're watching me from. Let me know what's your name. Let us know. Send us your scenarios, send us your situations. Yes, and we are gonna be here to answer for you, or like to give you ideas. We don't do lecturing, because literally we are not lecturers, so we're just gonna be here to set you guys up. So welcome to the live. My good name is Wamboy. Thank you so much for tuning in. So it's yet another day, and you know, it's another amazing day for us to join into our live. And guys, you can see the topic of the day. It's gonna be a really interesting one, and if you have something to say, just say it. We are talking about, do the rich people secretly control who stays poor? Okay, and you know, your girl have a lot of I do have a lot to talk about, or a lot to say, because you all know my story, or even if you don't know my story, like, you're gonna know it today. Okay, welcome to the live, guys. My name is Wamboy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Say hi. So I'm picking up my laptop right now, so that I can be able to interact with you guys in a more direct, personal way. Okay, welcome. Dimas says, like the live, share the love, sub the queen. Hi Dimas, good to see you. Welcome to the live. How are you doing? It's yet another day. How was your day? How is your morning going? Good morning, you all. Let me know where you're watching me from. We're just getting started. It's yet another good day. Dimas says, good morning, my lovely lady. Good morning to you, Dimas. Welcome to the live. Hi, how are you doing? How was your night? And how was your day if you are in a country where, like, it's nighttime? How is your day going if it's evening where you are at? Good afternoon, wherever you're watching me from. So, and you guys can see, like, today we are gonna be talking about, do the rich people secretly control who stays poor? Okay, this is a topic that everybody do have an opinion. If you're rich, this is your space to educate us. If you are struggling, this is your space also to share your insights. And the poor, this is your platform. Okay, Dottie says, hello to the queen. How have you been? Oh my god, Dottie, I have missed you. The last time I saw you was on Wednesday. How are you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. So, as you can see, guys, we're talking about, do the rich people secretly control who stays poor? Do the rich people secretly control who stays poor? Guys, you can send in your thoughts, especially to that statement, even without elaborating it. Do the rich people secretly control who stays poor? Okay, yes, you guys. Yet another day. Welcome to the live. My name is Wamboy. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, and I'm gonna jump into the topic, but you guys can always feel free to say hi. Let me know where you're watching me from. Okay, so for a very long time, me as a person, as a curious person, Dottie says, I'm good, thank you. Life has been a challenge, but I won. Life have been okay, you won. Hope you overcome, or you fight, you win, whatever you're battling, you know. For a very long time, I've wanted to know what makes some people rich, very rich, and what makes some people very poor. Okay, so my scenario is, like, I grew up, okay, I keep saying poor, but I realized that we were literally privileged in some other way, because first of all, we had our own land. So I grew up I wouldn't say middle class, but I would say like poor. Okay, when I look in the society where we were from, I grew up like poor, okay? But I've always wanted to know what separates us, okay? What makes the rich people richer? What makes the poor people poor, okay? Because I kept observing cycles where like the rich become richer and the poor become poorer, okay? So that's my motivation, and also especially when we are talking about this topic, that has been my motivation. So is poverty designed or just a failure system? Is poverty designed by people who are up there who wants to keep controlling the society? So is it designed by specific people, or is it as a result of the decisions that you do make in your whole entire life? So is poverty a tool for controlling society? Okay, so those are some of the questions that you're gonna be asking ourselves. Are poor people programmed to stay poor? Are poor people programmed to stay poor? Okay. Yes. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're middle class. Let me know what are your thoughts. If you're rich, let me know what's your thoughts. If you're poor, let me know what's your thoughts. Okay. Diama says, I don't believe that rich people control who stays poor, but in order for one to succeed, someone else has to fail. Wow. Well, it's a good way to see it. Some people believe that wealthy elites influence systems that affect poverty. For example, they fund political campaigns. Let us take an example of the US, okay? In the US, we have two major political parties. We have the Republicans and also we have the Democrat, okay? So the rich people who are up there determine who gets the ticket, okay? So that's one of the ways that they determine who will upgrade, who will go to the next level, okay? Because they have the ability to give the tickets out, they do the campaigns, they're the one who they do determine. So that's one of the way that I can see. So we have the power argument. Toma Munyoki says hi Toma, good to see you, welcome to the live. My name is Omboy, good to see you all. We are talking about, do the rich people secretly control who stays poor, okay? And this discussion is fueled by my own personal life, things that I've gone through, and just my curiosity, just wanting to know why do we have some people who are so rich and some of us who are just down there, okay, down there on the food chain, okay. I said, for example, in the US we have two political parties, okay. We have two major ones. There is other parties, but the major ones is Democrat or Republican, okay. We both know that the person who is gonna take the presidential seat is gonna come from either of those parties. So which means these people who are up there, who are able to vote, who are able to determine who gets the upper hand there, they kind of do say, you know what, we really want to support this person, and they're gonna support them with the finances for the campaign, with everything. So that's one of the way that the rich control the system, okay. Leon Tao says, do you know Elon Musk was born in Africa, the richest man in the world? I know he was born in South Africa, but do your due diligence about his family. His father is a billionaire in South Africa. So yes, so you know, money goes back to money. Like for example, Lin Tao is talking about Elon Musk was born in South Africa. His father is an engineer, I do believe that, and he's also a billionaire. So he didn't come from nothing. Coming from Africa doesn't make him be like he came from nothing, okay. Yes, so his father is a billionaire, and of course if he moved to America with that amount of money, definitely he would have changed his own life. Dottie says to Dimas, Dimas isn't completely wrong. However, the rich own everything, therefore they get to set prices, the items that we need to survive, allowing them to take whatever money we have. Yes. So first of all, I'm looking at guys, and if you're joining in, my name is Ombu. We are talking about, do the rich people control who stays poor? And I'm talking about, for example, determining who becomes president. We are talking about, for example, the US. We have two major political parties, Democratic Party and Republican Party. We do know very well that whoever is gonna become the president will come from either of those political parties. So which means those people who are up there in the food chain, they do determine who becomes president, okay. Yes, so there's that. And then the other thing is they lobby governments for policies that benefit businesses. Okay, people who are up there or people who have seats, they're even able to buy tenders. Okay, they get tenders. The tenders are given to them, and they're able to. Even if you get two tenders, you just changed your life right there. Thomas says, ongea Kiswahili. No, I can speak Swahili because I do have a very diverse following. So, yeah. Linto says, do you think if Elon Musk stayed in Africa, he was going to be number one? No. Even okay. See, his father, Elon Musk's father, is a billionaire in South Africa, but we barely knew anything about him. But then when he moved to the US, because there's more opportunities, with the money that he had, not little money, with the money that he had, he can be able. The environment that you're in helps you change your life. So it just happened that he moved to the US where there's more opportunities, there's more freedom, there's more of like-minded individuals, and that's how he was able to change the thing. So I do believe that if Elon stayed in Africa, he wouldn't have become who he became. So that's it. So the other thing, okay, I am talking about tenders. Politicians or people who have power are able to get tenders, government tenders. They're able to get licenses to do business, Diamond says, and for you, Wamboi, and anyone else who doesn't know, we have free elections. However, for president, we have the electorate college, which mean we don't actually vote. We suggest others decide. Okay? Yeah, actually, I think I did have a clue to that. But see, yes, there are people who are up there who determine who becomes president. There is, okay? It's a democratic, but even to get the ticket, even to get the ticket is the big deal, because they really look, do they want you to be president to even give you the ticket? So there is that. Yeah, so I feel like the rich people do control that. Guys, and if you're just joining in, my name is Wamboi. I was born and raised in Kenya, and this is I Am Wamboi Live. I normally go live every day, Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So you can always be looking for me at that hour, okay? So large corporations do influence wages and job opportunities. See, for example, in Kenya, the minimum wage, or like the wage that is paid to many people, like, is between $400 to $500. That is somebody who is literally earning, okay? So these corporations, if they wake up and say we are gonna be paying $100, that's what they start paying. So which means they do determine, do you get there, okay? For example, the rich are the ones who have these companies, so they are hiring you, and it's like, if they hire you, they're just paying you $100. So where will you get? Just where $100 can take you. So I do believe that's another way that they do control it. So I do have some questions. Like the live, share the love, sub the queen. So this question, maybe Dottie can help me type. Do you think poverty is system or just bad luck? Do you think poverty is a system or just bad luck? Do you think poverty is a system or just bad luck? Lion Tao says, I prefer two-party system like American, unlike many political parties. I see that. You see that actually it actually makes your democracy stronger. I think so. But then at the same time, you see, African countries, they're not in a bad way. We are very disorganized when it comes to politics. Very disorganized, okay? So, which means it shall take a long time to get to where America is. America, they are at their 40th president. In a country like Kenya, we just have our 5th president right now. So, see, you can't compare the two because America is just way up there, okay? Guys, we have a question right there on the screen. You can answer the question. Do you think poverty is a system or just bad luck? Do you think poverty is a system or just bad luck? Do you think poverty is a system or just bad luck? So according to me, or according to how I think if you are born to poverty, okay, if you're born to poverty, your chances are literally very low of getting out. So it can be bad luck. Okay, so guys, we have the question on the screen. Do you think poverty is a system or just bad luck? Diamond says other way they control us is with taxes. By not have a flat tax rate, they are able to determine how much money an individual is allowed to have. If you make more than they wish, they take it. Okay, yes, but for example, that doesn't happen. Okay, it does happen for people who are employed in African country. In Kenya, let me talk about Kenya. But most of the time they don't take nothing from you, like, yeah. So you pay taxes if you're employed in Kenya. If you're not employed and you're not making anything, so you don't pay no taxes. Okay, but see, I see that. So the taxes is another way the rich keep the poor people poor, because they take away everything that you have that they think might help you better yourself, might help you save and have an opportunity to get there. So so to the question, do you think poverty is a system or just bad luck? Do you think poverty is a system or just bad luck? Guys, welcome to the live. My name is Wamboi. So if I think, do I think Dottie says in the US that they literally tax your taxes. Wow, you guys are so heavy on taxes, but you can see you guys have good roads, you have good systems, so systems that are working. In the US, do you think poverty is a system or just bad luck? So, I do think it's both. I do think it's both. First of all, it's a system because the rich people do control where you are allowed to go, how far you are allowed to go. They do control the prices. They control almost everything. And then also it's bad luck because sometimes if you are born into poverty, you can only go so far. Some people get themselves out of poverty by education, some of them entrepreneurship, some of them just opportunity, okay? But I think if you're born to poverty, your chances are low. Your chances of getting out there, your chances of making it out are literally close to none. Okay, if your parents do not know people that they can connect you to, you don't have relatives who have connections. And this, I'm talking about African countries, I don't know about America. Yes, so I feel like both. Diamond says I think it's part system and part bad luck. They keep the poor poor, which is the system, and bad luck puts you there to start. Yes, okay, let me tell you, if I was born if I was born inside a rich man's house, I would be a totally different person. Can you think if I was born to, let's say, President Obama? Like, you guys wouldn't even know who I am. You would know who I am, but like you would never even get a chance to even know me in person, okay? So I think the bad luck comes way before you even decide. Like when your parents decide to have you, the situation that they are in determines who you become. Okay, the situation that they are in, if they give birth to you and they are poor, that's where you're starting. That's your start. They give birth to you and they are rich, that's where you're starting. You're starting from a point of like you have something. Okay, guys, welcome to the live. My name is Wamboi. So there's another argument that's out there about do the rich people keep poor people poor, okay? System argument. Others say it's not secret conspiracy, but a system that naturally favors people who already have money, okay? Because wealth creates more wealth, okay? If you don't have something to invest, what are you even standing a chance? See, these people are even investing like $1 billion and they don't feel, they are not afraid because they have more. Okay, so wealth creates more wealth. Better education and networks are easier for rich families. Diamond says, I feel you have it correct. A person can get themselves out of poverty, but to go from 20K to go from $20,000 a year to $100,000 would take 10 years of good luck. But to go from 50K to 100 would take 5 years of okay luck. Yes, okay? Let me tell you, even right now with nothing, okay? I get elected as a politician, or let's say as a member of parliament, I could go from nothing literally within a minute, and then I'm up there, okay? So when you have good luck, you can get out of poverty. But most of the time, that's not the story. Lewis says yes, they do. How do they ensure that poor people stay poor? Okay, how do they ensure that poor people stay poor? Actually, right now, for example, in Kenya, the easier way to get rich, or the easier way to get yourself out of poverty, you just become a politician, just become a member of parliament in your area, or even not even, just become a member of county assembly. Let me tell you, within no time, your life is gonna be so different. Your life is going to be so changed. You know what I'm saying? Guys, like the live. If you haven't liked the live, like the live, so that we can be able to proceed. Yeah, so that you can be able to proceed. Okay, so the rich people have better education networks. And you know what, for example, let's say my dad, let's say he's a lawyer, which means mostly he's gonna encourage me to do something in that field. And when I do something in that field, he knows a friend. Even if I do something in another field, he knows a friend who knows a friend who can literally connect. Okay, but when you don't have that type of networking, you're just relying on good luck. You go to some office and they hire you. Lewis says adults do a thing called gatekeeping, meaning they hide useful information from people who need it. They ask for money to give out that information. Wow. Gatekeeping is the norm. Okay, I have never looked at it that way, like the way some people do have information that they will never give. Because I keep hearing that the reason why poor people are poor is the mindset. Like the poverty mindset is haunting you. The poverty mindset is what's keeping you poor. But I see that they have information that they will never give it to you. Okay, guys, welcome to the live. Like the live, share the love, sub the queen. Let me know, do you think rich people secretly control who stays poor? Yes. So and also we have powerful communities often have more opportunities. So powerful communities, or people from rich families, rich neighborhoods, if you live in a rich neighborhood, there's even more opportunities there. Yes, and I don't know if this is true for people in Europe, the US, but I know it's true for African countries, because I kind of get the impression that there's opportunities in places like US, Europe, Canada, UK. I get that there's opportunities there, especially if you're willing to do the dirty work, okay? But in African countries, if you don't come from a powerful community, if you don't come from a community from the haves, you literally have no chance. You literally have no chance of getting out of that poverty. Guys, welcome to the live. My name is Wamboi. We are asking a question: do the rich people secretly control who stays poor? Daima says, Walmart, they will start selling a product in a community which, okay, Walmart, they will start selling a product in a community which a small scale business has addressed. Once they undercut the small businesses, put them out of business, they raise the price. Wow. But you know what? It's a business strategy that works for them. They just come, they sell for a little profit, making almost to none. And then when they get you out, it's like they can now sell at their own price. Wow, that's a good business strategy. It really helps them, but does it help the poor people who are trying to get out there? Also, I find out that there is taxes. For example, here in Kenya, if you want to set up a business, there's taxes that you're supposed to pay. For somebody who is coming from a rich family, it's like, you know what? Yes, you just pay and start up your business. Not to mention the rent, not to mention the deposit that you're supposed to pay for the house. But for somebody who is coming from, they have, it's a risk. They are willing to do the risk. For the poor person, if I risk with the money that I have, what will I eat? See, that's another way of seeing it. Guys, welcome to the live. Good to see you all. Say hi. Let me know where you're watching me from. Like the live, guys. We need some likes in here. Lewis says, Diamond says, like the live, share the love, sub the queen. Lewis says, And then there is this thing called learned helplessness. This comes from where somebody has been raised. If your parents never had it easy, some of them will not want you to have it easy. Okay? Okay. They want to pass down the cycle of they want to treat you. You know, it's like somebody was abused, but they really want to abuse you, and they have the audacity to tell you, you know what, I did have it worse than you did. Like I had it worse. Like my mom, my mom would beat me naked. See, how is that supposed to help me? Because if something was done to you, you're supposed to want to do it better. But see, with poor people, because they start mentality of passing down poverty or whatever, your parent had 6 children and they could barely provide, you want to have 10. Just because, you know, my mom had 4 children, now I want to have 6. So I feel like that's also a problem that poor people do have. Like, for poor people, it's like you want to continue with the same mentality. Like, you don't want to change. You want to become the same person. And I think that's what have been keeping us poor. And for the rich people, they keep bettering from one generation to another. They keep getting better. Look at rich families or people who come from royal families. They keep getting good, better, one generation to another. They keep having more opportunities, one generation to another. So the well doesn't dry in that household. So guys, welcome to the live. My name is Wambui. I was born and raised in Kenya. Good to see you all. Let me know where you're watching me from. Yes. It's yet another day. You can ask me absolutely any question. Feel free. So we're talking about, do you think rich people secretly control who stays poor, who becomes rich? Okay. Dottie says, riding on Lewis thought, welfare is often inherited from generation to generation. And so welfare, for those people who don't know, welfare is a program in the US where like people who are less privileged, they can be on that welfare. They have food stamps. Yes, okay. So see, because it's like when you grow up seeing your parents is on welfare, your mom is on welfare, you're like, you know what, you can just sit back and relax and just be on welfare. You're not even willing to change. And that's the problem. And that's why I normally talk about having children before you have children. And most people have a problem with this. When you tell somebody that you will not have children because you don't want to pass down poverty, you don't want to pass down trauma, they will question you. They will wonder, what's wrong with you? Why would you not have children? Children are the best thing that you can all. But you know what, that's where it ends, because you will pass down what was passed down to you. You cannot give something that you don't have. Okay, you cannot give something that you don't have, which means, what do you have? Poverty mindset. What do you have? Poverty, you know. Because personally, like me, I honestly agree that I do have poverty mindset. And I keep seeing that, okay? But how do I know that I have poverty mindset? Because I keep looking at how they are middle class people, rich people think. But I don't think like that. I am not a risk taker because I live on survival mode. Or I have lived on survival mode for so long. So, see, for rich people, they are risk takers. Literally, that person can wake up and risk their money. I'm not a risk taker, which means that will make me poor. Okay, so if I have a child without working on that, I have a child without working on, like, okay, I have the poverty mindset, how can I change that? Or I keep thinking there's no opportunities. How can I see opportunities? How can I create opportunities? Okay, and that's a problem with some of us who have degrees, because we were taught, poor people, we are told how to keep our jobs, how to work for money. We are not told, how do you invest? How do you create your business? We are not told these things, which means, how do my mind work? Okay, let me get educated so that I can get employed. That's how my mind works. Okay, and if I have a child in this situation that I'm in this situation where, like, this is how I think, then the child can only inherit who I am. They cannot become better. Okay, they cannot change their life if this is how I'm thinking. So that's just the mindset that I am in right now. I have poverty mindset, and I think I do need to get rid of that. So guys, we're still on the question, do the rich people secretly control who stays poor? Welcome to the live. If this is your first time seeing me, my name is Wambui. Like the live, share the love, sub the queen. Let me know your mindset. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Do you think it's just something that we are saying? Do you think that poor people have a lot of excuses? Do you think there's something that rich people do, or there's information that rich people have that poor people will never have access to? Daima says, I understand what you're saying, and I actually agree. However, if you don't have children, are you stopping anything or just taking one individual out of that mindset? You know what? If, my thing is like, I'm working towards becoming better. I'm working towards being a risk taker. I'm working towards creating opportunities for myself. But see, if I create these opportunities, which means if the child comes, they will have somebody with, I will show them to be risk takers. If I have a child, I'll show them to be risk takers. But right now at this exact moment, because I have the poverty mindset, I am not anywhere close to being rich. I am not anywhere close to living from hand to mouth and stuff. So I have no business having children, okay? Larry says, you have very good points, one boy. They make a lot of sense, okay? So I don't know. If I don't have a child just so that they don't take the poverty from me, or they don't have the mindset from me, so am I helping them, or am I taking, I'd rather take myself out of the poverty. And you know what, if it's poverty, let it end with me. I have no business passing down this poverty. I have no business doing that. I have no business passing down a legacy of pain, a legacy of sorrow. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So we do have another question right here, guys. Why do some people rise from poverty while others don't? Why do some people rise from poverty while others don't? Okay? When you think about it, some people make it out of poverty. Some people are able to get out there. So why do some people rise from poverty while others don't? That's the question. Why do some people rise out from poverty while others don't? Why do some people rise from poverty while others don't? Thank you so much, Dottie. Guys, welcome to the live. Dottie says, I've been listening to you for months, and to be honest, I don't think you have a poverty mindset. You've always been such a go-getter, okay? I know I am a go-getter because I am trying. Diamonds asked me, like, if not having a child is just taking yourself out of that thing, but not the whole generation. But the thing is, I'm trying. I have tried for my whole entire life, but I hope one day. Okay, right now I am so much better. We are so much better, even as a family, but still we need to keep working. You don't rest until you get where you want to go. Okay, it's not like I want to become the person who is on top of the food chain, but then at the same time I was so tired of being the one who is down here holding the tail. I want to be somewhere, maybe in the middle, somewhere where even if I fall, I'm not falling like completely. You get what I'm saying? Yes. I think I am a go-getter, but at the same time you can all. So yeah, at the same time it's like we do have a lot of work to do. So the thing is, the rich keep getting richer, and many poor people stay stuck in the same cycle for generations, because most of the time you're taught to be a slave. You're not taught to be the employer. You're not taught to be the boss. You don't know how to be the boss. You're just taught to be the one who is just bottom there, down there on the food chain. You're taught how to work on people's farms. You're taught how to be the waiter at hotels. You're taught how to get employed, okay? You go to school, you learn how to become a teacher. Are you taught how to start your own school? No, that's information only rich people have. How do you start your own school? Where do you go? Who do you talk to get the licensing? Stuff like that. Dema says, luck, sheer damn luck. It is skill and knowledge and creating opportunities. But when 100 out of 1,000 actually put for the effort, the one that succeeds was just lucky. Okay, there is that. Some people are just lucky. Even in farming, because I think I'm a farm girl, or I'm a country girl. Even in farming, there's luck. There's some people who will plant something and it multiplies. When others plant, it doesn't multiply at all. So will you say that the other person didn't plant well? No, because they used this exact same procedure, but it just happened that this person's plants produced more, or they were, yeah. So sometimes it's just all about luck. But most of the time, let me tell you, so most of the time there will be an area with opportunity, but because the poor people can see the opportunity, but it's like they don't have the finances to be able to fund that, which means somebody will come with a lot of money. They're gonna see the opportunity, they're gonna see the gap in the market, they're going to start something, and that thing is gonna make them billionaires or even millionaires or whatever, you know. Yeah. So also there's another mentality about like rich people, like these secret societies or the Illuminati mentality. When you know there's this thing that poor people we do have, like when one of us makes it out of the poverty, we just start talking about, oh, they are in Illuminati. Do you guys know about Illuminati? Do you know what Illuminati is? Or secret societies? When a poor person makes it out, poor people don't celebrate poor people making out of that poverty. Let me tell you, poor people, we are the ones who want, we want our friends, we want to stay here. We don't want anybody to make it out. When they make it out, we start blaming them, or they joined the Illuminati, they are now worshipping whatever. But see, this is a mindset that we do have, okay? So you see, so when people talk about things like secret societies, Illuminati mentality, it's just because like we're just coming from a place of ignorance. So you guys, welcome to the live, like the live, share the love, sub the queen. My name is Wamboy. Ask me absolutely any question. We have been talking about do the rich people secretly control who stays poor, or is it just mentality? Is it that poor people, is there something that we are not doing? Is it that like we are lazy? What is happening with us, like people who are down there in the bottom there on the food chain? Naima says luck. Humphrey Davy created the light bulb in 1802, but it didn't catch on. Edison and Tesla created light bulbs in 1879. Edison's caught on, and Tesla disappeared. Sheer dumb luck, okay? See, and you know what? Yeah, and also maybe at the same time, they had a lot of finances maybe to even push it, you know? So see, yes, so there's that. I think you can just say it's luck or something. So not everything is conspiracy theories, not everything is about conspiracy. Sometimes, especially when it comes to money, the system just naturally favors people who already have money. Like if you already have money, you can become right now, if you have money, for example, you can even invest in money market fund. You can take so many risks. You can buy a piece of land and build properties and start renting them out. See, so there's the whole poverty mentality, and there's the poverty mentality, there's the rich people's mentality. But if you don't have money, where is the mentality going to take you? Okay, so poor people's mindset is usually work for money, fear risk, depend on jobs. Well, people, they're taught to invest money, build businesses, think long term. They're not taught to be employed, because I feel like you cannot be up there if you're employed. Because first of all, you can only go as far as your boss have gone. You can only achieve what your boss have achieved, because you see, this is the person who is employing you, which means if they're employing you, they are allowing you to make this much money, and they are making this much money. So see, so so I have a question right here. If the system is unfair, what should ordinary people do about it? If the system is unfair, what should ordinary people do about it? So if the system is unfair, what should the poor people do about it, or ordinary people do about it? Maybe elect leaders who are gonna help them to be able to change the rules, to be able to create systems that favor everybody. I kind of like the Western systems where like you guys are not corrupt, okay? So it's very easy for anyone to make it in America, or for anyone to make it in Europe, or for anyone to make it in Canada, for anyone to make it in the UK. But it's not that easy in African countries because the only opportunities are there are for specific people, okay? And you see, there's opportunities in African countries, but they require you to have the money to start a business. So see, if you cannot be able to start a business, then you're just gonna be there working for people this whole entire time, because you can't start a business if you don't have the capital, okay? So when people talk about people talk about that poor people are just poor, they are not willing to work, they don't want to work, is not exactly true. Some of these poor, for some of us, especially me personally, I grew up in a household where we were farmers, okay? And let me tell you, there's no hardworking people like my parents. So hardworking. They wake up at 4 a.m., starts the business of the day, milking the cows, digging the land and stuff. And see, we haven't made it out of there. So I do believe like poor people actually work even harder, 10 times harder than people who already have it. To even put food on the table, work 10 times harder. Okay? Poor people are not poor because they are not trying. They are not poor because they are not trying. We are trying, okay? We are actually working way harder than people who already have it. We are trying to put ourselves out there. We are trying to work hard, okay? Because like, for example, as a farmer, first of all, you have to make sure that you feed yourself, because you don't have okay, Bullock says absolutely. Let's show it. Kabisa hebu wa show. Yes, okay? Farming, let me tell you, some of you guys, maybe even in people who grew up in like Europe, in US, Canada, UK, maybe some people think that Africans are just lazy or like they're not willing to work. Let me tell you, you guys, we work 10 times as hard as you guys do. You know, maybe you're employed in an office and you sit down the whole day, rotating in your chair. And see, the whole day I'm rotating in my djembe, my fork. Is it a fork djembe? I have my machete. I'm trying to cut grass for the cows. Okay, I'm there, I'm trying to milk the cows. You're just there seated, rotating, saying that people in Africa are not working hard. Guys, we are working hard, we do work hard. Poor people do work hard, and I want to tell you today, if you think poor people don't work hard, there's no one works as hard as farmers. Poor people work hard. Poor people put themselves out there. It's just that like it's not favorable, okay? Because sometimes you'll plant something and you don't harvest like all of it, because the factors that you're depending on, sunshine, rainfall, things like that, you cannot control, okay? You can rarely control. Bullet says farming is the best. You make good money and it gives you freedom. You eat fresh organic food, okay? Yes, it gives you food. You eat fresh organic food. But how about becoming rich? You can become rich through farming, but you have to have the capital to plant the right things, the things that people are willing to buy. You have to have the right amount of money to for example, to start a chicken farm. You can see it as an easy thing. You know what? You're just gonna start a chicken farm, but there is so much building the houses for the chicken, especially houses that are conducive. There is so much that goes into that, okay? So for us farmers, we do work hard. We are not lazy, but it's just that like the system doesn't favor us whatsoever, okay? Mbulek says, while in Europe they eat processed food and they don't know where their food came from. That is true. But see, their system gives them an opportunity to do that, because they're able to even have jobs and go and buy the food. Let me tell you, if we stop doing farming in African countries, or for example in Kenya, we stop doing farming, so many people are going to die, because so many people depend directly on the farm. Dema says, I know I flirt with you a lot, but believe it or not, I'm not flirting right now. I just need to say you are so sexy. Oh my god. Ugh. Thank you. Dottie says Tumbulek. I love that. The thought of growing my own food and just enjoy something that I made with my own hands, okay? Let me tell you, my whole entire life, especially growing up, the things that we would end up buying is salt, cooking oil, she blushed. Let me tell you, the things that we would end up buying is salt, cooking oil, maybe oil to apply on our skin, or and we would buy the same milk, the same oil that we would use to milk our cows is the same one that we use. So in the farm, you end up not needing to buy anything, which means even without money you can thrive with on the farm. Guys, welcome to the live. My name is Wamboi. I was born and raised in Kenya, so if this is your first time seeing me, you're actually on the right place. Subscribe, like. We are talking about, the topic of the day have been, do the rich people secretly control who stays poor? So that's what we're talking about. And I'm just saying that, like, people from other countries think that Africans don't work hard. People think that we are lazy. People think that people who haven't made it don't work hard. But actually, let me tell you, we do work hard. Okay? For example, me on the farm, you're just right there seated on your chair, like rotating. Me on the farm, I'm there spinning my machete, trying to get some grass for this cow so that I can milk and sell the milk and see if I can make something. So you see, we do work hard. I do believe we do work so much harder than everybody, okay? So this whole mentality of like poor people don't work hard, poor people don't put themselves out there, but we actually honestly do. Okay, Dottie says, you use oil to milk the cows. Yes, you apply oil on their teeth and then you milk. So the same oil is the whatever we buy for the cows, because if you're using it for the cow's teeth, which means it's friendly, when you apply on your skin, it's not going to have any reaction. So that's what we used to use. The same one that we are using on the cow, we use the same for ourselves. So that was just driving. Let me tell you. But you know what? It's kind of like a good life, because I have tasted this other life of like just living a secondary lifestyle. And it's good, great, you know, you don't struggle at all, like you have everything figured out. When you're bored, you have things to do. When you're bored on the farm, you just walk outside and look at the farm. Or when you're bored, you take your machete, you go to the farm. That's it. Like the live, share the love, sub the queen. Hujambo from Kenya. Diamond says, honestly, I don't know anyone who thinks Africans are lazy. Not many of them, not me, believe Africans have nothing. No jobs, no homes, no food. Not many of them think. Okay, yes, most people think that Africans have nothing, but most people also think that Africans are lazy. Let me tell you, if you're born in Europe, you're born in the US, you're born in Canada, you're born in UK, you're born to opportunities. If you're born in African countries, let me tell you, you would even be worse than us. Honestly. The thing that makes you different is just because you're born to opportunities. You have more chances of like becoming something. While here, it's like you have zero chances of becoming. There is chances of becoming something in African countries, but the chances are close to none, okay? So I do believe if Africans were born in other places where there's different opportunities, I do believe they would be different. I do believe we would have different systems and stuff. Or if we exchange, yes. Actually, you know what the problem is the mindset that we do have. The poverty mindset. Because I was gonna say if we exchanged, let's say Europe comes to Africa and Africa goes to Europe. But I just realized these are the same people with the same mentality. These are the same people who litter everywhere. These are the same people, so nothing would be different. Never mind. Dema says, honestly, I don't know anyone who thinks Africans are lazy. Not many of them, not me, believes Africans have nothing. No jobs, no homes, no food. Okay, yes, there no jobs, it can be true, but no homes. Most of us do have homes. Most of us, we have massive lands. It's only that we have that mentality, like we cannot sell our land to change our lives. So you can see somebody saying that they are poor, but they have land that is worth millions. and they won't sell it. They won't sell it because we don't sell our ancestral land. We just believe in passing it down. Okay, guys, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Like the live, share the love, sub the queen. My name is Wamboy. Oh my god, I'm having a flu. I don't know if I should wear a sweater or something. I have another question. So is wealth mostly about mindset or opportunity? Is wealth mostly about mindset or opportunity? I need to wear a sweater. Is wealth mostly about mindset or opportunity? Is wealth mostly about mindset or opportunity? You know what I'm gonna say? I think wealth is about opportunity. I think wealth is about opportunity, but most people, especially if you still carry with you the poverty mindset, most of the time, because you're worried, you will not get out of poverty because you found a job. You will get out of poverty because you are able to risk. Okay, you can risk. And how can you risk if you still have the poverty mindset? Okay, so see, there is that. Okay, so the question is wealth mostly about mindset or opportunity? Let me know you guys' responses or how you see it. Is wealth mostly about mindset or opportunity? I'm gonna go with both. You cannot create wealth if you don't have the opportunity. Okay, and then at the same time, after you create the after this opportunity, you need the mindset to multiply the money. Moses Mandu says, I've been to Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, Sudan, and a few other countries. And the one thing that I find about Africans is they make opportunities where there are no opportunities. Okay? That's true. That's true. But you know what? You don't make opportunities because you want to. Because that's the only way that you will thrive. Okay? That's the only way that you will thrive. But then at the same time, who are the people who are able to start these opportunities? People who have something. Okay? Or who are people who are able to start something that can create good amount of money. There is a time my friend and I, she started a business along the road, we were selling potatoes, okay? But see, we did notice very quickly, like, there are people who are selling the same exact thing. For example, we were selling a bag at 50 shillings, a small bag, 50 shillings. That is French fries. And then compare the same potatoes that we are using. Java House is cooking those potatoes, French fries, and selling them at 1,000. So you see, you cannot be the same. You cannot be the same because you are selling at a cheap price, but for them they are selling it at a higher price just because they have the name. See? So I want to say that economic mobility exists, though it can be difficult. It is difficult to create something out of nothing. Diamond says, I started to say something else, but you're correct. It's both. Without opportunity, mindset doesn't matter. But without the right mindset, opportunity doesn't matter. Yes, you can get an opportunity that changes your life, but because of the way your mind works, you don't change nothing. You remain the same. There are people who normally win what is it called, lottery. Okay, these people who normally win lottery and the money just fly out of their hands, because first of all, when they win the lottery, they want to change everybody's life but their own. They want to be celebrated, they want to be known. You know what? But see, because before you win, you are like, you know what, if I won $100,000 billion, I would do this and that. Wait until you win. Wait until you win that money. Like, the mind just, okay, all that money, you take it down the drain. You don't change your life. You still live the same life. After all is said and done, did you even win anything? Or did the situation become worse? So let me wait for, okay, what am I waiting for? So if the system is unfair, how can people escape it? If the system is unfair, how can people escape it? If the system is unfair, it's not allowing people to create wealth, how can we escape it? how can we escape it? You know how we can escape it? By creating our own villages or our own. We create our own. Let's say you have your own community. Let me tell you, this would be fun. We create our own village. We create our own village, and then we have our own currency. Okay, this is just my fantasies. Okay, we create our own village, and then we have our own currency, and then we make sure that we start shops or supermarkets, stores that sell anything that we might need. We sell it within our society. Okay, and then everybody is given specific amount of money. Remember, we have made our own currency. So we have our own currency, and everybody is given a specific amount of money to start life. Let's say we say like everybody is starting with $10,000. Okay, and then within our shops there's everything, so you can buy, and that's how we create our own community. And then within that community we create like we are able to escape the whole other society. So which means within that community we can be able to sell to each other what we need. You see, but it's just my fantasy or something. I don't know if it can work in real life. Let me wait until I see if you guys have some responses, and then after that I think I'm going to make myself a sandwich. Yes, guys, welcome to the live. Good to see you all. Let me tell you, with these intellectual topics, they're usually less attractive. God, let me tell you, when we are talking about love, hey, everybody is in here. When we are talking about love, everybody is in here. But when we are talking about things that can be life-changing, things that can help us, I don't know. You guys, I don't know how to understand you all. Leva says, I'm laughing at your thought process. Rich stay rich by taking care of themselves. Are you doing, all you're doing is giving away your opportunity to help others who wouldn't think twice about you. Oh wow. Okay, but you see, like okay, and I wouldn't invite everyone to that village. It's like we would have our own village with our own currency. Chaz Senga says, you speak Swahili? Yes, I do. I do speak Swahili. Guys, welcome to the live. Good to see you all. Like the live, share the love, sub the queen. My name is Wamboi. I was born and raised in Kenya. Good to see you all. We are about to get to the other segment. So 1 hour of like us talking about do the rich people secretly control who stays poor? Maybe you can send us your summaries about what you think about the whole topic. How can people change their lives? How can people get out of the poverty thing? How can people get themselves out there? Diamond says, the reason the rich are rich is because they keep it at home. Poor people like to spread the wealth. Okay, and let me tell you, this the whole black tax, which is very common in African countries. Black tax, like the moment you make it a little bit, you have a job, everybody, hello, can you give me my child is almost dying. Like, see, people who are rich, they don't borrow each other money. Okay, they do help each other, but for poor people, when you get one of you make it in your family, one person makes it in your family, and you come from a poor family, especially in African countries, everybody is gonna be calling you, oh please, my child is about to be sent home for school fees, can you help? And then somebody else will be calling you, telling you, my there will be problems. Okay, there will be a lot of problems, and then when you don't help them, it's like, now you're being mean, you're not helping them and stuff like that. So there's that. So I think the only way for somebody who comes from a poor household to get up there, be mean. Okay, be mean, get yourself out there. When you're way up there, you can be able to extend your hand to help. But when you help, they won't drag you down. But the moment you keep helping without first of all like getting way up there, it won't be helpful to you. Diamond says, no, they don't. Rich people do not help rich people unless there is a profit in it for them. You always talk about poverty mindset. You're saying it, that mindset. What you're saying, it that mindset. I don't know what you're talking about. What you're saying, it that is. Oh, what I'm saying is that mindset. Oh, the mindset of helping, the mindset of black tax, the mindset of like the moment you have something you need to share, like you can't keep it to yourself. Unfortunately, they do manipulate you to thinking that you can't become anything if you're not sharing. They manipulate you. They tell you like, and you know what? Here in African countries, or for example in Kenya, oh, Chaze Senga says, I really love Kenyan English. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When they're even taking you to school, let me tell you one thing. You'll be told, we are sacrificing for you so that you can get up there and maybe you can help us when you get to the other side. So which means this whole time you grew up knowing that your whole entire goal in this life when you make it is to help people. You know, it's not bad to help your family, but at the same time, you haven't even made it out. You're still here. But you know what? They're gonna drag you down. So there's that. There's a lot to uncover and unwrap around it. But you know what? You guys don't like intelligence. You like the light topics. You like when we're talking about love and stuff. I keep wanting to try and see if you guys are interested with like such topics. But yeah, it helps me by talking it out loud, but it doesn't help you guys. Or maybe you guys don't come online to maybe learn that. Okay, so notice Dimas is not wrong, but if being rich means giving up integrity, then it is it even worth it? Oh, let me tell you, get rich and you'll know it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. God, you know, people normally sell their kidneys just so that they get rich or they get out of poverty. See, if somebody can risk and sell their body part, what can't they sell? It's worth it. I think it's worth it. Guys, can you sell your kidney? Yes, definitely worth it. Okay? People are even selling their body parts, kidneys. Okay? You sell your kidney to somebody that you even don't know. And then you make that money and okay? Look at surrogacy. Okay? There are people who have become rich by doing surrogacy. They get pregnant like 5 times. They help people who are not able to become parents. And you see, like that changes their life. Okay, guys, sign me up for surrogacy or something. Connect me to opportunities where I can be a surrogate. I'm tired of having a body part that I'm not using. You know what? Because what's the purpose of having a kidney that you're not using? Okay, and God don't hear me, okay? Close your ears. What's the purpose of having a womb that you're not using? Okay? Like sign me up for some surrogacy. What's the purpose of having a womb that you're not using? Okay? Guys, welcome to the live. My name is Wamboi. So we're just getting off of the topic. Do the rich people secretly control who stays poor? And I'm saying somebody said that it's not worth to put your integrity on the line. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody can sell their own kidney, their own body part, okay, look at surrogacy. People have changed their lives with surrogacy. And I'm like, I have a womb that is not at use at the moment. Like, you guys sign me up for something. Diamond says, I rent your womb. Have my baby. Yes, now I'm flirting. Bob says, hey Bob, while rich people can't pick who stays poor, they can limit the access to the means to grow income. They hoard the means I think you intended to say they hold the means of production while they give crumbs as charity. Okay. Oh my god, that is so well said. That is so well said. And you know, for let me tell you, for a poor person to get out of the poverty, sometimes you have to put your integrity on the line. You have to. You have to think like the rich people, so that and rich people don't think about integrity. That's why they will be, when you step on them, they will be so easy to take your life, and nobody will ever hear about you. So I think maybe to get rich, you need to put your integrity on the line. You don't have to, but sometimes you'll need to step on a few toes. Yes, shut a few people's dreams just for you to get there. Okay? Then I say, see that, and that charity is deductible. It's tax. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. So you guys, I think maybe on that topic, you can keep adding the thoughts, because still the title of the video remains the same. But I'm gonna take you guys with me to the kitchen. Still, we are gonna be continuing with the topic. Yes. Now I'm thinking about how do I get you guys to the kitchen. LMNK for KF says fifth song on the fall off. Fifth song. I don't know. On the fall off? I don't know. Maybe I'm not a fan of that. But fifth song at the moment, I think it's Farewell Jamaica. That's my favorite song at the moment. Farewell Jamaica. Maybe I can sing a little bit. Farewell Jamaica. God, I am forgetting that song. Down the way when the nights are gay and the sunshine daily on the mountain top. I took a trip on a sailing ship. When I reached Jamaica, I made a stop, but I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is spinning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston Town. Down at the market, you can hear ladies cry out well on their heads they bear. Akira is so fish are nice and the rum is good any time of year. But I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is spinning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston Town. What is the other verse? That was it, the Jamaican song. I love this song. Only had it here, but I love this song. Okay, I like it. I like it. Okay. So you guys, let me take you guys to the kitchen. I have to figure out how I'ma take you. Nipokee. So, yeah, man. So, okay, I'm gonna make a sandwich or something. Ooh, wow. Let me tell you, when you're going live, sometimes you don't think about if you have to shift the position. Augustine Omwamba says, hey dear. Hey you, Augustine, welcome to the live. Good to see you. Do you think rich people control who stays poor? Dema says, oh, I feel like I'm on a ship. You guys are being shipped to bed, or to the kitchen, or wherever. Do you even care? How is you? I'm good. I'm good. Okay, so I need to also bring the laptop. How are you guys doing? Guys, like, where are you from? I'm from Kenya. Where are you from? Wow. Oh, guys, welcome to the live. Good to see you all. My name is Omboy. Let me know where are you watching me from. Yet another good day. Augustine says, I'm from Kisii, Kenya. Welcome. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to like. Feel free to stay welcome to our community right here. We normally go live every day, 5 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, which is 8 p.m. Kenyan time. Okay. And you? I just said that I'm from Kenya. God. Oh my God, the shipping. You guys, I shipped you to the kitchen. Which country? No, I was born in a place called Nyahururu. Oh my God. Yes, so welcome to my kitchen. So I'm about to warm some tea. Actually, I'm going to make a sandwich. Guys, ask me absolutely any question I will answer, because for me, I'm from Kisii. I was born and raised in Nyahururu. Okay. Guys, welcome to the live. Good to see you all. My name is Omboy. Yet another day in my kitchen here. Still, guys, we have discussed the topic of the day. If you want to replay, you can always go back, watch back the video. I have a lot of content. Recently I was in my hometown in Nyahururu. I did do a video. Guys, we have a video right there. You can watch, like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, so that I can be able to reach more people. So yeah, so at the moment, are you occupied? What does that mean? So at the moment, I'm making a sandwich right now. I don't know. Maybe I make a sandwich, but I don't have meat at the moment. Like I don't have the. I like to make mine with some minced meat. Are you occupied? What does occupied mean? Like, what does it mean in this context? Oh, are you married? I'm engaged. Welcome, you guys. Welcome to the live. So I'm gonna make a sandwich. Is it really a sandwich? Because I don't have meat. Like the live, share the love, sub the Queen Hujambo from Kenya. You know what? Maybe I can toast one of the bread, and then yes, let me do that. Or maybe I can cook pancakes tomorrow. Let me toast one of the bread. So you guys, I have it right here. So see, I have a tin right here. So I want to make French toast. Oh, okay. Let me change the tin because it's French toast. Let me change the tin. So this is what I'll use. So so that's what I'm using. And then this is my egg. Local eggs. The ones that are laid by free range chicken. So look. So I'm gonna whip it. That's someone's baby. Where? oh, the chicken's baby. This is an egg. Somebody is from free range chicken. Okay, and then I'm gonna put some salt in. Guys, welcome to the live. Good to see you all. Yet another amazing day, guys. So I'll put some salt. I'm about to run out of salt, so I'll put some salt in. I like salt. Guys, like the live. See, and then wow. So that will make the bread tasty. And then still. And then I have this pan. Diamond says free range means their parents were living the good life before you stole their child away and cooked them. Okay. Okay, I do have free range chicken. Ife Olua Jide. Hello, what are you cooking? I'm cooking I want to make French toast. That's what I wanna make. Yes, how are you guys doing? So you see, I'm gonna drop the bread. I'm making French toast, and maybe if I'm still feeling hungry, I'm gonna make a sandwich. So see the bread, flip it, make sure it absorbs all the yes, guys, welcome. We've been talking about, do the rich people control who becomes poor, who becomes rich? Do the rich people control who stays poor or who gets out? Okay, so that's been our topic. You can still give us our opinion. Can you can you move the camera a little towards the pan? I don't know, maybe you guys cannot see that. Can you guys see that? Francis Kiengo says hi Francis, good to see you. Perfect. Okay, so and then I'm gonna put some oil. Welcome to the live, guys. Like. You could hardly see your cooking pot. Because honestly, we are still on our topic of the day. But if you guys wanna see, why not? So still, do you guys think that the rich people do control who becomes rich, who stays poor? Okay, making sure that. Welcome to the live, guys. Good to see you all. My name is Wamboi. I was born and raised in Kenya. And this is I Am Wamboi Live. Normally go live every day, Monday through Thursday. 5 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So convert that to your local time. And you will find out. Chakim says, hey honey, joining from Keri. Oh God. Hey. Oh my God, I read it wrong. Hey, joining from Kericho. Okay. Welcome, guys. Feel free to subscribe. Look at that bread. Oh. Guys, look at that. Like the live, share the love, sub the queen. Diamond says, I still say they don't actually control who stays poor, but in order to get richer, it's to their advantage. Is no one else gets rich, okay? Yeah. You know, and I said this money is man-made, okay? Money is actually man-made. Why don't they just make money for everybody? Like, why don't they just make money and give it to us? Okay, if you lose that money, like they give you like a, when you are born, they give you like an investment, because this money is man-made. Why don't they just give it to us? Why did they make money? For what purpose? I'm out of eggs. Like the live, share the love, sub the queen. You know, you guys, I'm the most important person here, and you need to see me. Divers is like the live, share the love, sub the queen. Hujambo from Kenya. Charles Kim says, rain, rain, but all is nature. But all is nature, okay? Yes, let me tell you, in this rainy season, you make some porridge and then some maybe bread or something. It's really fun. Diamond says, money is really money. It's a script that has to be represented by something. In the case of art, it's represented by God. You can't just print it. Wow. But you can. You can. They print money. Money is man-made. Oh. Oh, if it says, for now, the food that you're cooking is the most important thing for us to learn. Oh, wow. But you know, I'm the chef, okay? You get. So, let me show you guys the results. So this is the one that I ran out of the egg. So see. And then the one that I had enough eggs. Look. Oh, look. And if you want it to be more fluffy, you can add some milk. Look, 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 look. Oh, you said money isn't really money. Diamond says, I meant money isn't really money. Guys, like the live. Can I just cook such good French toast and you guys not give me some likes? Okay? Look at that. And if you want it fluffy, you add some milk. Look. Yes, 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 yes. Amele mahlele. Okay. I'm guessing you're South African. I need some tea. It's really nice. Diamond says, I'm a gamer and games are fun. Hard in the beginning because you need it to survive. But eventually you have so much money that it becomes worthless. That's what happens if they just printed it. Okay? Charles Kim says 8 out of 10 according to my rating. Okay? Guys, you are chef right here. Call me to your gatherings. I can cook you some French toast. And I didn't add some milk. What if I added? You can only imagine. Guys, like. I'll still make a sandwich. Maybe tomorrow, maybe I should preserve the sandwich for tomorrow. On the live, I make a sandwich. um you are enjoying that too much. I am. See? Ooh, it's spilling. Oh, and tortillas too. This is hot Kenyan tea. Ooh. I actually have some tortillas. I have some tortillas, so maybe tomorrow I'll make. Ta-da! So, in Kenya here, because we normally make chapatis, some of us, see, so tomorrow maybe I'll make burritos from this tortilla. Yes. So you buy them like this, already made. Let me put it back. Bob says money is no longer backed by gold, so it doesn't represent gold. Okay, it doesn't. Like, let them just print it for us. Okay, like, why are we struggling for something that we can literally just have? They can just be good in, but you know what, if they just print it, would anybody ever wake up to go and like would anybody ever wake up to go and look for a job? Would you even wake up? Okay, like, why would people rent out their places to us? Let's say you want to live in some place, let's say you want to live in some place, like you want to move someplace. Like, if they printed the money, then they wouldn't have any need to like rent you out their place, because you can get the printed money anyway. So I think money is essential. It makes the society keep going. It makes us have what we cannot have. See you later. Okay, hopefully you've subscribed and you can see me later, guys. Welcome to the live. Daima says, I just googled it. Wow, I didn't know. Bob says, you're welcome, I studied economics. Wow. If they print too much, it would cause hyperinflation. Wow. Okay. See you later. Daima says, thank you, I forgot that part. Okay. Bob says, our current system of capitalism needs people to be poor, and that's what we are saying. It kind of needs. And some of us who were not born to opportunities, if you're not lucky enough, you'll never get out. And then you see, and also I feel like the society is also a contributing factor, because also the society is telling you what to do. Okay, go to school. And see, also the education system is also created to make you poor. It doesn't support your goals whatsoever, because I literally don't see any reason for going to school 16 years. No reason whatsoever. Because first of all, I do support the primary school. You need to go to school so that you can develop in school, high school. But for university, let us just choose. Let us just choose something that is practical. Okay. Sometimes, because you're teaching somebody some nonsense for 4 years, and then at the end of the day they graduate, and then they realize like it was just a bunch of nonsense. Okay. But I do believe they do that because the system is supposed to. Some people are supposed to make it, but some people are not supposed to make it. Guys, welcome to the live. I hope I'm not missing some comments. Let me check the laptop. So, guys, according to your idea, how can the poor get out of poverty and never go back to that poverty? How can poor people uh, be on an equal, is it an equal space with people who already have the money? Oh, let me tell you, it's so good. So this is the one that didn't have enough eggs, but wow, still good. Dirty dishes, you haven't. We are just over here salivating. Okay? As you should. Yesterday I showed you guys how to cook ugali. And today it's French toast. Oh. Mm. Wow. I need to be somebody's wife. All this greatness, I need to channel it somewhere. Mm. Goodness. Guys, do you guys even have wives? Mm. Bob says, only problem is most revolutions started from the middle class and elite. Wow. Okay, Diamonds, did you look it up? Because I think I'm Bob. That's what he says. I'm Bob. I think Bob is coming from a place of like, some of us see, and what I was talking about, Bob. When you talk about financial topics, let me tell you, when we are talking about love here and there, when you're talking about like oh, what should you do if your girlfriend does this, if your boyfriend does this, when we are talking about those things, people have opinions, so people want to listen. But when you're talking about intelligent topics like financial ones like this one, most people don't want to listen. And that's why, like, people like Bob, even if they try to share their knowledge with us, we are ignorant. We don't want to know. Okay, I didn't know that that most revolutions started with middle class and elite. Didn't know that. So the system wasn't created for the poor at all. Okay, it's so interesting. And in the near future, maybe I might look into that information. I literally need to learn these things, and I need to know. Diamond says, of course I looked it up so I could clearly tell him he's wrong, but I only found out he's right, and so annoying. Okay, and let me tell you, people like Bob who have information, if he even starts like a channel where he's teaching us such information, telling us such things, that's the type of financial literacy you need to have, or we need to have. But we don't want to hear about that, but we want to keep complaining, oh, the economy is doing so bad. But see, how can you become better if you don't understand the system that you're in? How can you become better if you don't know the type of economy that you're dealing with? How can you become better if you don't want to have any information? How can you be better? If it says wealthy individuals often have more influence over politics, taxes, and regulations that can protect their access. access and hinder upwards mobility for others. Okay, for example, there is a family here in Kenya. I don't know if this is true information, but allegedly, okay? So actually, he's the family of our first president, okay? So during the time that he became the first president, you know, Kenya gained independence, I think, in 1963. Yeah, 1963. So they gained a lot of land. Of course, they gained a lot of wealth and stuff. But see, they didn't have title deeds for this property. So they needed a president. They needed, of course, because now they had the power, they knew people. They needed these people to help them to acquire legal ownership of these properties. So whatever Ife is saying, that like wealthy individuals often have influence over politics, taxes, regulations, and that's the difference between the rich and us. You don't have that type of influence. You can't, even if you gain something, they can take it away from you, but for the wealthy individuals, they cannot. Daima says, I agree, but I don't have to like him. You kind of have to, because he has information that you don't have. Wow. You know what, this year I literally want to have some financial literacy. I am so, because we were not taught such things. We went to university. For example, me, I went to university for 4 years, but I have almost zero to none financial literacy. Like the things that I know, I just taught myself. I was never told this is how you start a business. It was always about hire purchase, how to calculate compound interest. Do I even know how that works in real life? These are the type of questions that you want to ask. Oh, simple interest. We were taught about simple interest. Do you even know how do you apply that in real life? So see, that's where the challenge is at. That's where, and we need people like Bob. Okay, maybe if Bob, you have a channel where you have this information, you can refer us and we can consume that knowledge. Oh, yes. So to our topic of the day, do the rich people determine who becomes rich? They don't directly determine, because they don't know who you are, but automatically the system is not meant for you to become anything. It's meant for you to become a peasant. It's meant for you to be down there depending on them. It's meant for you to, like, for every problem. Bob says, if I created a channel, I won't get any views. Let me tell you, especially when you're talking about intelligent topics, you will not. Let me come here and serve you all guys. Like, come here, just serve sexiness. I will have views. And I've tried that literally. Like, whenever I come here with no topic, and it's like I am just here, like just being pretty and stuff, I usually get a lot of people in there. But whenever we are talking about something intelligent or something helpful, something that can change lives, we rarely get people in there. So I can already tell you, like, but you know what, as far as you know that's what's correct, your community is gonna find you, because you people are in here even though the topic is not like as attractive. You're here because you wanna be. So I do believe, like, you can start anything. Your people will find you. People who wanna hear what you have to say will find you. They will find you and they will stay. They will like the information that you do have to offer. Diamonds, especially when you have intelligent topic. Yes, I think if you want to make it on this social media stuff, just be silly. Don't be serious, because life is not that serious. Otherwise, you will be trying without making it, and then somebody else just comes here, cracks a joke, and boom, they blow up. How about you trying to serve intelligence down there? Oh God. Wow, I am so childish. We didn't see that. I am such a big baby. Guys, can you have somebody guys? If it says most poor people still earn money, but 100% of the money they earn gets spent on necessities like food, rent, transportation, basic clothing, repairs, and upkeep wherever they are living, and medicine. And that's true. Thank you, you guys, for the likes. You know what? That's true. Let me tell you, a poor person, for example, here in Kenya, I said the minimum wage, right? Or like what people are making is between $400 and $500. While the on the lower end, even somebody can just pay you $100 and they're just fine. And see, you're living in somebody's house. When somebody pays you $100, what are you supposed to do with that money? $100, okay? You're living in somebody's house and you're paying $50, okay? See, now you're remaining with $50. How are you supposed to divide $50 to fit your medical insurance? Are you even gonna have an insurance? So you are supposed to fit that to fit your medical insurance, food, shelter, clothing. Okay, so already you've paid rent $50. You're remaining with $50. Okay, and that's if like where you are living they have affordable houses, because the houses can even go up to $80 or something. But let's just give it $50 if you're living on like the lowest side of the community. So $50, you're remaining with $50. The $50 you're supposed to buy buy food for $20. You're remaining with $30, okay? So you're remaining with $30. You've already bought food for $20 for the month. Remember, you're trying to survive on $20 for the month. That's for the food. Transport, let's say transport $10. So you're remaining with transport $10. When transport is $10, you're now remaining with $20, okay? Then because you're from a poor family, like, and you know they don't have anything, you need to chip in maybe for something, so you send them the $15. You're remaining with $5. So at the end of the day, you're not even saving anything. And not to mention emergencies, you're gonna get sick. There's going to be literally things will come up. Not to mention you did shopping for only $20, which means at the end of the day you'll end up just borrowing more money. Okay. If it says medical care, communications, and so on, I would argue that even basic entertainment to some extent is a necessity for mental health. Okay, let me tell you, for example, like Netflix. I feel like Netflix is a necessity. It's literally a necessity because you need some entertainment. At the end of the day, you need some entertainment. Talk about internet, Wi-Fi. Some people say it's not a basic necessity, but I do believe that you need it. You need the Wi-Fi. How are you going to be able to see even job opportunities if you're not on the internet? How are you going to be able to create opportunities for yourself if you don't have internet? So see, like, actually, look, we haven't even paid internet on that money. Like, that money at the end of the day, you are just gonna end up with loans because that money is not enough. Okay. Bob says it's expensive to be poor. Very expensive, my friend. Very expensive. Because think about it. Poor people, like, they don't even have. Okay, we don't. I want to count myself in because I come from poverty. I haven't made it, but I'm gonna make it. That one is for sure. And you guys are gonna watch back these videos and say that I said. So, for example, like television. Look about electricity. Electricity right now is actually a very unaffordable. Okay, it's literally affordable, but still at the same time, that's not something that a poor person is affording. Literally, that $100 at the end of the day, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't. Hadima says, and that money to if mentioned goes to the wealthy. Okay. See, for example, the people who are providing the electricity. This is somebody. It's literally a company, but the people who have shares in it are the rich. They have shares. So the moment I'm using my electricity, these small little monies that I'm paying, they are going to these people directly. Okay, so at the end of the day, they are gonna get richer and richer. And you know what? I'm gonna stay dependent because I cannot buy. I am not able to afford solars that can be able to change my life, because one solar is not going to work. You need like 10 of them so that you don't depend on these people. Because the moment you're depending on them, then that's where they're able to control you. That's why you see people saying that they're gonna go off grid. You go off grid, you make sure that you don't buy anything from anybody like out there. Make sure you have your own solar, make sure you have your own supply of water, internet. Make sure you just go completely off grid. Daima says, I often then about simple things like Netflix. I pay around $20 a month. They have no less than 1 billion subscribers, which means they make over $20 million a month. You know, God, think about it. Think about it. Like, oh, and right now they are in every country. Netflix right now is in every country. They're in the US, they're in Europe, UK. Every country has Netflix, even African countries. Because me right now, I'm in Kenya and I have Netflix. So, you know, the number is big. The number is huge. These people are making clean money at the end of the month. Clean money. Not even a joke. Not even a joke. So, see, so why will, okay, let's say even if a company is coming up, they want to start a company where they are providing entertainment. And who are they competing with? Somebody who is making $20 million a month. That's what you're competing with. So see, we can never be equal at this at that specific time. Okay. Wow. I think for you to be able to like the only way that you can be able to avoid the system, the society, is just you go completely off grid. Go dig your well. Like in our home, we have our own borehole. Like we don't buy water. Before electricity came to our village, we did have our own solar, although it wasn't serving. Like at the end of the day, we would end up without electricity. So go completely off grid, have your own source of water, electricity, solars, and then make sure you farm everything, that you never need to buy anything. So at the end of the day, that's the only way that you can escape. That's the only way you can escape the society, or like that's the only way you can be able to say, I'ma have a good life. Diamonds is telling me marry rich. That's also an option. Okay, fortunately enough, it's on my bucket list. Marry rich. Yes, let me tell you. Okay, you know what? If you get married to a rich person, then that's not your problem anymore. Oh, maybe I don't know. It's not your problem anymore. You start being you are now a rich person. You married into a rich family. You're a rich person. Bob says it's very difficult to marry above your class. Why? Why is it difficult to marry above your class? But you know what? I feel like rich people, they meet rich people. See, daughters of ministers, daughters of presidents, daughters of whoever, they usually often marry daughters of politicians like them. They are not gonna go down there and marry you from a rabbit hole. No. How many rich people do you know married poor? Actually, I don't know anybody who is rich who's married poor. Okay, like rich. No. It's usually maybe 10%. At the end of the day, it's usually how many middle class marry poor? A lot. I think a lot middle class marry poor. Okay. Yeah. You know what? You know, because first of all, the type of restaurants that you go, they set you up for people who are that category or that caliber. Okay. For example, even for dating sites, they have the option of paying for the dating site. So which means the people who pay for the dating site, they can afford paying for the dating site. Which means at the end of the day, the people who paid for the dating site are meeting the one that paid. There are even those who pay for VIP. Okay? So they will meet other VIPs. And you're down there scrolling, swiping left, right, center to meet somebody who is better than you. Oh my God. Oh, and you. Diamond says, all the rich people I know married poor. Now ask me, how many rich people do I know? How many do you know? Bob says, we tend to marry based on people we meet around environments we typically go to. Yes, that's true. Which gym do you even go to a gym? That's another thing, because poor people can't even afford the gym membership. Do you even go to a gym? Do you even go to restaurants? Do you even go? Where do you go? At the end of the day, where do you kick your feet? Maybe you're going to your local bar there. These people are not there. They are somewhere out there hiding. Can you afford to play golf? That's the other thing. I was seeing somebody on TikTok who was advising girls, like, if you want to meet quality people, go buy a subscription at a golf club. That's where you're gonna meet this type of people that you wanna meet. Bob says you need to pay the cardi daily, okay? There is so many things that you can do. You can be going to high-end restaurants. You can go play golf. You can go to gym, and then you go to the ones that are high-end. That's when you will meet these people. If you are on dating sites, maybe you need to pay to meet this type of people, okay? So the truth is, at the end of the day, how can you get out of the system? How can you be able to avoid the system? Maybe you go off grid or marry rich. Those are your options. Go off grid, just don't depend on the society at all. Or marry rich. Those are your options. Those are literally your options. Yes, wow. Let me tell you, this conversation is literally very eye-opening. It's very eye-opening, and it's like when I started this conversation, I actually didn't see all the things, especially the things that Bob have brought to light. Do you even think about these things that way? Do you even think about, like, money is man-made? Do you think about these things? What can we be able to do to escape the whole system that is meant to set us up for failure? How do we make sure that our children, this education that we have right now is not meant to empower your child. It's just meant to make them an employee, okay? But how do you teach your child? How do you give them things that are gonna put them on the other side of the coin? Bob says we need to take lessons from the Juice and Egg boys. What do they do? Maybe you can teach us in the few remaining minutes. Because I know who I am. How do the Jews live? Spend first in your community before looking to buy from a stranger. That's another thing. And that thing has really helped. For example, here in Kenya, we have like a Somali community. Let me tell you, they promote each other. Like, before they come to your shop, they will ask all the shops that belongs to people, to their community. Before they come and promote you, they will promote each other, which means at the end of the day, the wealth ends up with them. Also, training kids in entrepreneurship. That's true. The other way to get out of the system, or the other way to make sure that you don't set up your child for failure, or you don't set up your child for their life to be dictated by the system, teach them entrepreneurship. Teach them how to start a business. Give them financial literacy. Okay, buy financial literacy books, and these are the books that we don't really want to buy. Okay, maybe read them. Okay, instead of maybe scrolling, read those books. Even you yourself, train your children these things. Train them how to save, because those are things that poor people like us that are not able to do, because we didn't grow up around that. It wasn't part of who we are. Guys, even if you're just there and you haven't liked, subscribe. My name is Wambui. Normally go live Monday through Thursday, every day, 5 p.m. Greenwich. Meantime, you can always be looking for me. Bob says they also learn to each other without interest. Wow. Also, like this thing of, like, is it table banking? Yes, this whole thing of table banking that people do. You can, okay, like they take money from each other, like they literally help each other. There's so many things that people can do to be able to change their lives, and to be able to change the lives of their communities. But those things, they are literally out of touch if you don't educate yourself. So so what can I say? I can say there is options. Okay, there is options for us, for people who didn't grow up privileged. There is options for us to make it, but will we make it? That's the big question. Oh, Hussein Hamadsad, who says hi you. So there is options. There is opportunity for us to make it. There is an opportunity for us to change our lives. There is an opportunity for us to move from poverty to something. There is an opportunity for us to become, but will we become? That's the huge question that we're asking ourselves. Are we gonna become? Are we gonna exploit our full potential? Yeah. So I would say that maybe we need to keep our eyes open out there to see the opportunities that we can have, the things that we can try out. And if something is within your reach and you can do it, just do it. What will happen at the end of the day? Like, for example, this YouTube thing that I'm doing right here, I'm putting myself out there. It's a risk. Okay, I am risking my time. If it works, well and good. And that's something that I am training myself to do in this season. Just show up, just do things. I don't need to know what will happen out of them, because one thing that we do have is fear. One thing that is common within the poor community is we do have fear. We are afraid to try things out. We are afraid to start. We are afraid to learn. We are afraid. We are so afraid. But you can't become if you're afraid. You need to, we need to put the fear behind us. We need to try things out. Maybe at the end of the day, we are going to become. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. Like the live share. Sub the Queen Hujambo from Kenya. Good to see you all, guys. We are coming to the end of the live. So, what is your conclusion as a person, or like, what do you think you can be able to tell people when it comes to like who controls what and the finances? We have already established that like rich people, if you want to control the society, if you want to control the society, get rich. But if you really want to control yourself, you really want to be in control of your life, you just need to, I think we just need to figure out how to get ourselves out of poverty. If not, we need to get ourselves out of the community or the society. We need to create our own society. We need to go off grid. If not, we need to go off grid. Diamond says, use fear as a fuel. Wow, that's huge. That's huge. The thing that you're afraid to do, do it. Do it. Okay, if you're afraid, because me personally, I was afraid of starting this YouTube channel. I was afraid of starting, but you know what? Because I'm afraid of starting, I'ma do it, and I'm gonna show up every day. You guys, people who have followed me or subscribed for me for like even weeks, you've seen I show up every day. When I say that I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna show up, because this fear is gonna tell me, oh, nobody's gonna be watching, nobody's gonna show up for you. You know what? They don't need to show up. I just need to show up. I am the one who needs to show up. Bob says, to be fair, failure is deadly for the poor. Literally very deadly. And you know what? There's no dignity in poverty. That's my point. There's no dignity in poverty. So just try whatever you can. If you fail, at least you tried. There is no dignity in poverty. There is no dignity in lacking. There is no dignity in like depending on people. There is no dignity in that. So just try something out. Try something out. And if you maybe you want to start like your own family and stuff, just work smart. Work smart. Try some things out, so that at the end of the day, you're not passing down the same poverty that you were brought up in. Let us change our stories. I know we are gonna change our stories, and that's why that these conversations were very important for me. Even though I know most people don't like this topic, I literally went forward and did it. So you guys, I did enjoy your time so much. Dottie says, and you do, and I've gotten so much from for your channel. Okay. And also see, like, we meet people like Bob here, people who have information that we are kind of learning from, and every day people show up that have something that we don't know. So we are gonna keep showing up, you guys. So tomorrow I'm gonna show up, the other day I'm gonna show up. So I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. My name is Wamboy. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm gonna say that let us keep working, let us keep showing up. Diamond says we don't like Bob. But he's intelligent. I know you like him. You like him. He's intelligent. Bye, you guys. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Interact with my content. Thank you so much for always hanging out with me. And until next time, bye bye.